What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Big Fry, and today I want to talk to you guys about a game called Star Conflict. This is an old school game. It came out onto Steam in 2013. It's developed by Stargem Inc. and published by Gaijin Entertainment. Yes, this is a sponsored video. Much like Crossout, much like War Thunder in the past, they reached out again and they were like, hey, maybe you'll like this one too. Consider doing a check-in, see what it's like, and maybe your people will like it. Star Conflict is an action-packed, this is their description, action-packed, massive multiplayer space simulation game that puts players in the role of elite pilots engaging in a widespread interplanetary skirmish. The whole world for PvP and PvE. Now, one thing I gotta say, man, Gaijin Entertainment plays with the words massive multiplayer very, very loosely. It's not a massive multiplayer game like a Star Citizen or an EVE Online. It's like arena-based. It's like Crossout. It's like War Thunder. Like, yes, it's a lot of players, and technically it's online, but like it's not a massive multiplayer instance base. You know, you're getting into 4v4s, 5v5s. You're not really fighting 1,000 players at one time. You're not traveling between universes. What you are doing is battling a whole bunch of different ships. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys some PvE gameplay, some PvP skirmishes. But just so you guys are aware, there are a whole bunch of like weekly and daily modes that unlock every now and again that you guys can then join with the ships that you unlock and upgrade. And much like the Crossout video from last week, I wanted to show you guys what it's like starting out from scratch with no builds. I want to show you guys some end game stuff, or at least some further up tiered stuff. And then I want to show you guys the monetization model. Now, jumping in, first game, first battle, I'm going like just like balls deep in, and it was a little jarring, to be honest with you, like just flying around. It just, to me, it was a learning curve, trying to like learn how these ships handle flying in 3D space in this game. Not really like I've been playing Star Citizen. It's not really a Star Citizen style of flying experience. Obviously, Star Citizen is more for like open world landscapes and all that. This game is like you're being thrown in the fucking driver's seat of like a Millennium Falcon and you were going. And it was a little bit jarring flying around. It took me like, I would say, a solid hour and a half to really like get in and be like, okay, I think I feel comfortable enough to jump into a game and actually do something. It is hard. If you aren't into these games or you've never played games like it, jumping in, it's probably going to be a little daunting to you. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm just fucking trash. But once I got into the bigger ships, like the ship you guys are seeing on screen here, I can't remember what the name of this thing is, but it is insane. I love flying the thing. Instead of like aiming up and down with your mouse, you basically like use Alt to dip down, space to dip up, and then you kind of control it in like your WASD, and it feels really good to fly. At first, I jumped into this one. I'm like, what the fuck? This doesn't handle like any other ship. Like the bigger ships, the controls actually switch on you so that you can kind of just like subtle pitch up, subtle pitch down. So I like that ships have different control schemes. That's actually really cool. I wasn't expecting that. But basically, as you guys level up, you unlock different ships, which then you can use in-game credits to customize. But then you guys can see over here on the right, there's like a premium tier, which we're going to get into as well. There are a ton of ships. They're touting over 240 different ships in this game, and I 100% believe it. There's different factions that you unlock as you level, which have a whole new fleet of style of ships. So you can go like alien tech ships that like send like swarms out, or you can jump into like more Imperial commander type ships. There's a fuck ton of ships. Now these premium ships, from what I understand, are built around doing a very specific purpose in battle. There's not a lot of customization that you can do on them. They're basically like, if you want a gunship that's like sole purpose is shooting motherfuckers, well, you could customize a ship that might have gunships and shields, or you can just go straight gunship. And I think the balancing comes from that lack of customization. Like you can't really do anything with these things outside of what their purpose is, whether it's like an interceptor or a gunship or whatever. And I guess that's a good time to jump into their monetization options. There are a few things that we do have to discuss. So they have these things called licenses, which you basically unlock a one-day license every time you level up. So at the beginning, you see a lot of these things, and then as you get into the grindiness, you start to see these things less and less. And what a license is essentially 24 hours of basically bonuses to all of your earnings. So you earn 100% more credits, 100% more experience, 50% more resources, and you get 2 trophies at the end of every game that you play, which trophies are essentially credits at the end of the day. And you can buy these things in like 1-day bursts, 3-day bursts, 7, 30, 90, 180. You can consider this like almost like a premium subscription to kind of fast track your resource gathering. And I don't know how I really feel about it, but I've also seen this kind of monetization in a lot of different free-to-play games. Now, in terms of like the resource gathering and stuff like that, this game works a lot like Crossout in the fact that you will never ever come in, be able to drop a bunch of cash and be able to play against somebody who is just starting out, because the more upgraded your ship gets, the more stuff you put onto it, the higher your survivability rate, and the more, higher tiered matchmaking you're going to be put into. If you guys are into the dogfighting of like a War Thunder with almost like the customization of a game like Crossout, although you're not really customizing each part like Crossout, this game, like, you can upgrade your cannons, your engine, a whole bunch of different abilities for each ship, and then you guys can go into a bunch of PvP battles. From what I've seen, there's 34 maps that you can battle on in this game. There's different tactical roles like interceptor, long-range krakens. There's a whole bunch of different stuff that you can do, a whole bunch of different play styles as well. There's corporations, which are basically clans in the game, although I haven't joined one myself personally. But you can see the combination of a lot of different Gaijin-style games like War Thunder and Crossout. And out of the 3 videos that I have done that were sponsored by Gaijin, I have to say, out of all of them, just starting out in combat and going with a fresh account, I feel like this game is going to be the most grindy of the 3 that I've covered. That being said, I do like the idea of, different modules and like capacitors, hulls, different ammunitions and missiles to kind of customize the vehicles that you want to do. I played the late game, and it is a completely different experience. From the early game, you're in dogfights, you're flying around, everyone is a lot more active in the movement, and then once you start getting down the unlock of the ship trees, you start to see bigger and just more bulky ships. You have like destroyers, krakens, and you're moving a lot slower. And what I found is when I'm playing on their premium account that they gave me, I found that the later game ships are all about putting up shields and shooting people from afar. So it becomes more of like a tactical game as you kind of get further on in the trees and in the unlocks. Because if you fly in and you're facing 4-on-1, you're fucked. Like there's no getting out of it. If you get jumped, or if you end up in a situation where there's like 4 or 5 of those around, you're done. It's 100% done. So you have to really play tactically, which is nice. I wish that these games, specifically this one and Crossout, had like almost like a ranked mode where you could essentially play rounds, because this is the quickest out of all of the games. You can play Crossout, you play a 1 life mode, and then you're done. You just go back to the lobby. And this is kind of the same way, but it feels like matches just don't last that long. And I want to be in the game longer. I mean, I get going back to your garage and customizing stuff, but I just want to be able to play in these maps a lot longer. But I guess on the flip side, maybe they're just trying to build a game that you can like get in and out of really quickly, play a couple of games before work or whatever the case is. And with that, guys, I'm going to leave you with some gameplay so you guys can just see some raw footage of what the actual like in-game mechanics are like. If you guys do want to sign up for an account, it is free to play on PC. Use the link in the description as well as the top pinned comment, and I can see you guys in game. Thank you for watching. My name is Big Fry, and I'll see you on the next one. Just a quick little filler here. This is easily the best ship that I've flown in the entire game. It's a fucking monster. Okay, thanks, bye.
Enemy ship destroyed. Warning, incoming ship destroyed.
Good job, man.
Enemy ship destroyed.
Good job. Keep it up. Now he's finished for sure.
Enemy ship destroyed. Warning, shields down.
Die, asshole.
Warning, incoming missile.
Both on the same target. This bastard stage has got a whole lot worse.
Enemy ship destroyed.